कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूर्माते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूर्माते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. Krishna says that we have an important adhikara over the duty that we have to perform and leave the result to the Lord. So this has been a very inspiring verse from the Bhagavad Gita and has inspired generations of people, including Akshaya Patra Foundation. The act of feeding people, providing food to people, is actually God's work.
ಈ ಕಿಚನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 651 ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಊಟ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 85,000 ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಈ ಕಿಚನ್ ಇಂದ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಕಿಚನ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಿಚನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಿಚನ್ ರಾಜಾಜಿನಗರಲ್ಲಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜಿಗಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರು ಎಲ್ಲ 3 ಕಿಚನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸೇರಿ 1,65,000 ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಊಟ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
Akshaya Patra began here in this temple 22 years ago, and there were a lot of people coming, guests who were coming, and we were serving food to all the visitors as prasadam. We have a kitchen here in the temple. We have one special festival kitchen, and that is used only for about 10 days in a year. So we thought that let's convert that kitchen into a kitchen to prepare meals every day and transport that to the schools nearby and feed there. And at that time, in the year 2000, there was no national cooked meal program in the country. So when we took the food to the children in the government schools, the headmaster, they were surprised and they said, okay, you can feed. And they thought that we have just come for one day. No, we said, no, we want to come every day and feed your children. They said, what? You're going to come every day? They were very surprised. And that is how we started feeding. And then we started receiving letters from other headmasters of other government schools. They would write to us, we see your vehicle passing in front of our school, can you stop and feed our children also? So in a matter of few months we had a bundle of such request letters. We have invited Krishna to come to this temple. Krishna is the father of everyone. He is the giver of food to everyone. And when we have the father, how can there be hungry people, and especially children? You should ensure in a 10-mile radius of any ISKCON temple, no one should go hungry, especially children.
ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣ. GLPS ರಾಜೀವ್ ಗಾಂಧಿ ನಗರ 5ನೇ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓದುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಕ್ಷಯ ಪಾತ್ರೆಯಿಂದ ಬಿಸಿ ಊಟ ಮತ್ತು ಹಾಲು ಸರಬರಾಜು ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಹಾಲು ಮತ್ತು ಆಹಾರ. ಬಿಸಿ ಬಿಸಿ ಆಹಾರ ನೀಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಊಟ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟವಾದದ್ದು ಬಿಸಿಬೇಳೆ ಬಾತ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕಿಚಡಿ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
One of the cornerstone principles in Akshaya Patra is we should try to give these children what otherwise their mother would have cooked at home if she had resources. So it's one of the fundamental principles in Akshaya Patra. Of course, no one can replace mother's cooking, but we try to come as close as possible. So that's the principle. So over a period of time, what Akshaya Patra has done is we have product development centers, we have food labs where we research on recipes which cater to the local palatal preferences. And that's how Akshaya Patra's recipes have evolved. And you know, even children from the bottom of the pyramid, they don't like to eat the same meal every day. So if you come to the kitchen, which is a few meters away from here, you'll have varieties of sambar that is possible, rasam that is possible. And every day the menu changes, and we try to see in kitchens after 15 days the menu is repeated. Once a week the child is given a healthy dessert, and I've heard from Prabhu that initial part of Akshaya Patra, we were not telling which part of the week we were giving the dessert to children, because looking at the dessert, the child will come to school. So nutrition delivery while ensuring taste and cost is extremely important for Akshaya Patra, because you have limited resources, right? So how do you ensure good taste, optimal nutrition for that meal, which is probably the single largest meal of the child?
You know, the last 22 years journey of Akshaya Patra, it is not that every time it has been smooth. We came across serious challenges and challenges from various unexpected quarters. And there were times when in a meeting we would discuss, why are we, in the middle of this kind of a thing? Maybe we should just come out of it. But then, when we see the happy face of a child, when the vehicle comes into the school premises, and the children run out of the classroom when the bell rings, and they stand in a line to receive a meal. Or sometimes, I'll tell you another interesting incident. Our food vehicle has gone and dropped off the food containers, and some children are playing. They slowly come near the container, slowly open and see what is there. They're curious, what's the food? The delight of the child and the future unlocking of the potential of that happy child, that's a very motivating thing. And that gives us the confidence that we should continue doing despite all challenges.